Hello today and welcome back. If you ever wondered where Futaba is during all this, she lays down on this bed and does computer stuff. Look, Haka, green text, I told you. Alright, let's get going.
Alright, let's do this.
I kinda don't know where we were. It's been a few days since I recorded. Alright, we are at the, back deck? Yeah. So we got all kinds of dudes roaming around here, including you. Ah, god damn it. They shoot you, by the way. They shoot guns. What a bunch of badasses.
3 enemies. They're weak, but don't let your guard down.
Far wrong. What's your thing?
You can go for its weak spot.
Don't rush it. Let's go.
Do I have Margarudine? Maybe. Probably not. I guess not. Oh well. So I'm in a bit of a weird place in that when I'm recording this, I'm like in between Persona announcements, and that the concert still hasn't happened. It will by the next time in the next video, I'm pretty sure. Don't think I'm going to be able to record another one before then. But where I am in the weird past of when I'm recording this is that the anime got confirmed, which was the least surprising thing ever. So, 2018 Persona 5 the animation is coming by A1 Studios, who made the Daybreakers. They also made the P4G animation, and did they make the P4 animation? I can't remember. Maybe they didn't. Oh, that guy's really keen on hearing me. So yeah. Not too surprising. I believe that was several videos ago that I called that out. I was like, yeah, they're probably going to announce an anime. But I've been expecting that since last year. Ever since they, when they announced the Blu-ray versions of the Daybreakers, I believe I explained this at one point. But when Daybreakers came out, and then shortly after it aired, they were like, oh, we're totally making Blu-rays and DVDs of it. And it'll come with a ticket to some sort of festival next year that has to do with Persona 5, the animation, the Daybreakers. And I was like, wait, what? Why would they be holding a big thing next year over one, 25-minute anime? That doesn't make any sense. Unless they're just going to go all in and do the full animation. Because of course they are. Why wouldn't they? Persona 5 did really well in Japan, so of course it's going to get an anime. P4 can get an anime, then so can P5. So they announced it. Not a whole lot of details other than 2018. They made a really cool trailer, which uses the artwork from the cover of the design works. It's really, really nice. They animated that cover. It looks super cool. And they showed off all the party members in the trailer, including Akechi, which I was really happy about. I was like, oh yeah. We're finally retconning Akechi into being a member of the Phantom Thieves, even though he's totally not. Classified armor. Ooh, that sounds nice. But the concert hasn't happened for me yet in the past, and we're at the point where some things have been leaked, more or less. Some oh, it's totally gonna be these games, but I don't want to say it yet in case it turns out to not be true. More domain stuff. Oh crap, we're being stopped. Extremely vulgar men. I'm talking to you guys. Come over here for a sec.
Huh?
Does he mean us? He looks super dangerous. I don't want to get involved, even if he's just some old cognitive thing. What are you punks mumbling on about? I hear you've been making quite a mess in here. Yeep. We're totally not making a mess, we swear. Who are you anyway? I'm the one asking the questions around here. Now, drink some salt water and reflect on what you did. I'm leaving this to you, guys. That's okay. I don't got the time to waste on little punks like these. That first sentence is really written weird.
Come on, man.
Salt water. Does that mean he's got a shadow? Here they come. This guy always sends out Baphomets, which is super not intimidating because Baphomets are really easy to beat. Unless I don't have Bless, which would be a huge problem. Okay. Well, I have Mahamon, but I'd rather go with a sure thing. Which might not be possible. Oh my god. Just kill me now. Hopefully this hits. At least one of them? Got them both. Good job. I'm the best. I need to use an SP item on Joker, where I thought we'd make it through the palace without having to do that, but we emerged victorious. That wasn't funny, damn it. They were totally trying to kill us. Yeah, that's usually how it goes, Ryuji. Maybe because we caused a scene at both the restaurant and the pool. Somebody has to clean up the mess. Wait a second. Clean up the mess? Oh, that's why they call him the cleaner. It's because he mops up any trouble that shows its face. That should make him pretty easy to find, though. We just gotta disturb the peace somehow. But doing so would have an adverse effect on us finding the other letters of introduction. Let's leave him for last and hurry over to the other two first. In that case, our next target should be the TV president and the entertainment hall ahead. Let's go, Joker. I couldn't agree more, Futaba. Okay, maybe I don't need to use an SP item. Like, we're about to jump out of the palace and take a break. It's gonna happen real soon. Yeah, it's gonna happen, like, down at the bottom end of this room.
See it.
This is the entertainment hall, which looks, like, suspiciously similar to the casino. It's literally a casino. It has, like, slots. It's kind of why I don't like this palace. It's too similar. Anyway. Nothing on this floor. Oh, wait, there's this. Let's go down. There's something back here? Yeah. Sneaky. Oh, it's a treasure demon. Hello. I have no idea what your weakness is. Oh, but look at Futaba. What an ace position hack. This is super useful. Sure not. I mean, why not? Just add Emperor's Amulet to our compendium. So it's kind of like I'm going for a full compendium run, even though I'm super not, because I'm not going to be at the levels to do it. But whatever. When we load my my US file, that's a New Game Plus, that'll have the complete compendium, so it doesn't matter. Assuming we do that. I have to actually work to get up to the secret boss fight in that file. And who knows when that'll be. That might happen like several weeks after I finish this playthrough. Depends on how much time I have.
Why don't we open it?
Yes, why not?
Oh.
Ooh. Gilgamesh Axe. Is that any good? Watch it be the thing she already has. It is. God damn it. Keeps happening. Stop doing that, Persona 5.
It seems.
This must be the entertainment hall, just like we expected. Then the slot-loving TV station president should be here. Let us search for the area. Let's search the area for him. Okay. This is a dead end over here, so there might be something. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this palace doesn't have a remix song either, so I hope you like this song, because it's the only one. I'm just slowly, over time, like, amping up my shitting on this palace. It's super long and it's difficult.
I can feel it.
Alright, here we are. We're at the bottom now?
It's somewhere.
No, there's still another floor to go. We could talk to these guests, but I don't think they have anything useful to say to us. Alright, there's our cognition, our safe room. Throwing me off, Futaba.
I have something.
Alright, take this. Okay, the way this goes, I believe, is that this door right here is our way forward. Here's our safe room, and below us, that we saw those stairs going down, is where the TV president is. But I'm not going to deal with him today. I'm going to leave the palace.
Oh, this place is relaxing. Let's take a seat here.
We can now travel to the entertainment hall. Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, I didn't have to use any items on Joker. Shall we regroup? Return to the real world. We'll pop back in tomorrow. Take a little break. Obviously, you don't have to do this. You could just as easily make your way all the way to the treasure today.
Yes.
See, we're around 50% done. I nailed it. But this palace is very long, and in the new version of the guide, which I hope is out by now, like in real time, I've sent it for like publishing, but GameFAQs hasn't approved it. I don't know why. They really screwed me with like the whole guide thing, because like the proper guide is like listed as a PS3 guide, because like Wait, no, don't do that. We need to call Kawakami. Because I had like weird problems to where I couldn't get it to publish on both sides way back when, months ago, on PS3 and PS4. So like I had to submit 2 files because it wasn't showing up on the other. And then they're like, oh, there's a duplicate. We're going to delete one. And then they deleted the PS4 version for some reason. It's like, but it's more people play on PS4 though, bro.
Master.
So I don't know. Maybe some people overlook it because it's like, oh, it says PS3 in parentheses.
See you
So
later.
dumb. So I'm trying to get that fixed to be like get rid of the old one, list it under PS4. This is the final thing. But hopefully it's out by now. It should be. It's going to be like a month since I'm saying this, so if it's not, I'm going to be really angry. Alright, let's save here. We're almost at 100 hours. Oh, there's a quiz on TV. I have no idea what the answer is. I got it right. Yay. Don't care, though.
All right.
What I do care about is playing some good old video games. Oh, we haven't finished Gamble Goemon? Okay. I mean, I don't have my schedule in front of me because it doesn't matter at this point, but I guess I just didn't know that.
Okay.
Let's start up Legend of Gamble Goemon. This is the one that we win no matter what, right? So use the technique. The technique breaks this game to where even if you don't get the right number, it just makes it right. Is that a shrine? There's a giant demon guy in red clothes standing over there. So you've come. Wonderful. My name is King Yama. Whatever happens down in this land of torment is my doing. Do you think he'll want us to play another dice game? Now then, let us play a game. I'm sure you already know the rules, but do you need to hear them again? Nope. I hope you remember them. However, my game is much stricter than that of the prior demon. You will need to win best 2 out of 3 to truly succeed, otherwise you lose. Now then, this is the first round. Even or odd, which do you choose? Those are the only rules, just pick even or odd. So you have to get it right 2 out of 3 times. Oh ho, you've chosen odd. The pips shall decide your fate. Now then, let us begin. Well, I got it naturally, but even if I got even, the technique would have fixed it for me.
Oh.
You got it right. Next comes the second round. Even or odd, what do you choose? Even. So you're going with even. The pip shall decide your fate. Now then, let us begin. It's odd, but watch Goemon fix it. You missed. Goemon's hand is glowing. Such powerful light.
For real?
The pips on the dice changed. Harumph. I thought it was an odd number, but I suppose I was wrong. The result is even. You win. Just as I'd expect from Goemon. Our opponent hasn't even noticed a thing.
Yes.
You won the bet. You won? It seems as though your fate has not yet come to an end. The world of the living is nothing but suffering. I hope you have the strength to survive it. What a boring Famicom game. Oh, that's right. This game only takes 2 sittings, so I finished it. And I got myself another prize card.
Nice.
Now let's see if the weather changes for this day. I don't think it does. It's probably still like snowy weather. If not, I could go see Chihaya and get the bonus thing. That'd be nice.
Hey.
Oh, apparently I can. Nice. Nice. Get a little bit of extra cash in my pocket. Can't hurt, right? Get a fortune reading.
What shall we do?
Money, please.
Here we go.
Voom. Where is it? There it is. Voom. Oh, it's magic. Wow.
What do you think?
Alright, let's head back over to our hideout. Get everyone to gather.
Okay.
Is everyone here?
So we have 2 days to steal Shido's heart, which means this is, in fact, the final date. Whoops, did not mean to hold a meeting. Sorry, guys. Infiltrate the palace.
Let us go.
So this is actually the final day to reach the treasure. Because tomorrow we gotta send our calling card and do the deed.
Let's head out. I'm counting on you, Joker.
There's actually a really interesting quirk to not finishing this palace if you do a certain number of events. And I'll try to explain it if I remember later on. Let's go to the entertainment hall.
We've arrived. Let's go.
Alright, why don't we change our lineup? Not persona, stats. Go back to the OG team. Trying to balance out our party members to like show them off equally here at the end of the game.
Do it. Okay, let's go.
Alright. Let's head down there. You can only hear Shido over his own mega speakers. Pretty sure it's just the same stuff that plays in his campaign cars. Look at these slot machines. And maybe we'll find that TV station prez we heard about in here.
Yes.
In that case, why don't we try searching for him? Let's do it.
All right.
This place isn't too big, so spotting him should be easy. Be careful if you find him, though.
Isn't the man sitting over there one of them?
He's the president of a TV station, isn't he?
He gives letters of introduction to executives of companies who are willing to sponsor his programs. That's a difficult condition to meet.
Wanna just beat it out of him?
Let me handle this.
For real? But
I'll allow it. You've got this, Noir. Yes, Senpai.
A letter of introduction. But you're so obviously a child.
I'm Haru Okumura, daughter of the president of Okumura Foods. I believe we sponsored you as well.
Oh, you're her. It's true that I'm quite indebted to President Okumura. He funded us extremely well, after all. However, it looks like he got a little carried away. My condolences. Regarding his exploiting management, Mr. Shido asked me to defend him as much as I could. I even threw some extra security his way, but there were limits to what I could do. The damage almost reached up to Mr. Shido himself. President Okumura had to be cut off.
Cut off.
It seems he didn't just cast him off his ship, but also used him to trap the Phantom Thieves. Bravo, Mr. Shido. Truly a nasty maneuver.
Won't you please give me a letter of recommendation? Once our company recovers, I will arrange for us to cooperate with you in a sponsorship role.
You're the daughter of the late president. Do you really have the authority to do that? Your employees probably resent you. Well, that's not important. I'm in your father's debt, after all. I can repay some kindness to his daughter.
Thank you. Very much.
But your father truly was a fool. He could have lived a life of luxury if only he'd done what he was told. You know, I'm the one who broadcast the moment of his mental shutdown. Our ratings shot up because of that.
Stop it.
Huh?
How could you talk about my father's death like that?
That's just business. If you like, we can get you in a documentary. Overcoming death to rebuild a family company. You're so cute, you might just get good ratings.
I will not forgive you for that! You had better apologize to my father! Time to save her!
Are you thieves?
Oh god, for the life of me, I can't remember affinities for this battle. This is gonna be ugly, probably. Oh, that's a dick move. Alright, I feel like Garu isn't a good bet here, but it won't affect Mona if it gets reflected. Okay, it gets blocked. It's electricity, you got it. Oh, that was a good guess.
Knocked them right off their feet. Nice, Joker. This is Noir, ready to support.
This seems oddly appropriate for this moment.
Now that's a hit.
Good job, Noir.
Let's go.
Beat him up. Nice, Joker. Just at the last persona.
Yeah, let's go with that. Alright, I have a plan here. Let's send this over to Joker.
On to the next.
Let's go.
You can go first. Knocked them right off their feet.
And now let's go over to Mona to try to land a Miracle Punch.
Next shot. Get him. Witness my skull. Zoro. One enemy on the
Nailed it.
bonafide.
Bonafide. Oh yeah. Been a while since I heard that. Oh, you have Miracle Punch too, huh?
Down.
Oh, you're not gonna get to use that charge, buddy.
Okay, time for a comeback. Time for a beatdown. Fits me like a glove.
About time. I was just wondering that when we used Margarilla earlier in the fight.
I gotta use this next time.
Ooh. I forgot she gets Concentrate. That's super good. Oh, it's so good. Get rid of Burn Boost. Burning enemies isn't too important. Okay, we have the letter of introduction. I assume as part of the media you have knowledge about quite a few important topics. We will not take your life as long as you share the knowledge that you've kept from the public. Remember that Kaneshiro guy? The one from the Mafia who ended up on the news a while back? Well, the money he was gathering all went to Shido-san. Dun dun dun! Ah, crap. Shido and Kaneshiro were connected? Indeed, as well as that old man Madarame. Dun dun dun! His counterfeit business, along with Kaneshiro's mafia, aided Shido-san quite a lot financially.
I see.
I understand now. Hey, you were forcing the news to be about Akechi and Shido all the time, right? I'm sick of them. Wait, this guy's not a real person. Telling him ain't gonna do shit for us.
Yes.
Come on, we have to take down Shido himself. What a twist. Oh my god, everything was connected to Shido. Ah. So this is... Oh,
I would never have imagined that their leader would commit suicide. Akechi-kun, did you anticipate this curious turn?
not
of
at
events?
all.
Oh, certainly not to this extent. But it is important to note that he was the mastermind behind the recent commotion. Getting captured must have wounded his pride irreparably. Such things happen often to insurgent leaders.
According to the police, the whereabouts of the other members are still currently unknown. Considering they no longer require testimony from the leader, the investigation will be hard to...
May I butt in for a second?
Of course.
The Phantom Thieves may have laid low since then, but they must not be excused. I don't care if they come after me. For the victims of their evil deeds and for their families. I will capture the remaining Phantom Thieves, no matter what.
What a hero.
My apologies. I didn't mean to get so worked up.
No wonder they call you an ace detective of justice. What passion. How about we use this opportunity to poll the audience? Those who believe the Detective of Justice will annihilate the Phantom Thieves. Press your buttons now! My, everyone in the audience agrees. Looks like you can't back down now.
Yeah, that's out of 50, not a
I will
percentage.
do the best I can. Oh, but I do have to study for my college entrance exams. I might not be able to promise that. None of these people know that I was an undesirable child. I wanted people to rely on me. I wanted to be needed. I devoted myself to my studies, acted as an honor student, and made my name as an ace detective. And thanks to the Nav app and the persona bestowed upon me by the gods, I managed to dispose of any who got in my way. Though it took me some time to finally do so. All that remains is to tell him.
But still, wasn't their leader's suicide a letdown for you, given how long it took to apprehend him? I think if it were me, I would have collapsed from the shock.
True. It did make me feel somewhat dizzy. Just a little, though. Perhaps my mind was worked up due to the major task I had undertaken.
Hey, who is that? If you don't turn off your phone, the Phantom Thieves might change your heart.
A phone?
See? Even Akechi-kun's face is stiffened up.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm not bothered. Just make sure to turn it off when you go to the movies.
Let's just pretend like that didn't happen. Just gloss over it. Excellent. On to the next one. Who else remains? We're leaving the cleaner for last. So we just got that IT president guy left. We don't have any clues about him yet, though. Either way, let's proceed onward. We still haven't gotten a full grasp of this ship's layout. Alright, time to find out why I hate this palace. But enough about that for now. Yeah, let's gloss over the Akechi stuff. Do it real good. Let me go into the safe room real quick so I can save the game.
Whew, we can rest here.
Yes, we can. Alright,
write
now
something.
save. Probably at 100, finally, right? There we are, 100 hours, 4 minutes. So I'm ready to talk about something that
Back to work.
it's going to take a while to talk about, and it's probably going to leak from this episode to the next one. Which will be weird because I'll probably want to talk about the announcements in the next one as well. But I want to talk about something that I like to refer to as schedule design in Persona. And you're like, what the fuck is that? Schedule design is what I refer to as how like your time is allotted in Persona 3, 4, and 5. Between like
Timing's up to you.
your daily events, your social links or confidants, and your social stats and dungeon gameplay, and how it all fits into the finite number of days you have to play the game. This is a really important thing to me. It's part of the reason why I really love Persona, the modern Persona design, because it's like the game within the game. Because there's the standard game, there's your getting from point A to point B, doing your battles like we're doing right now, and then there's all the other stuff. There's the game within the game, how you manage your time, and whether or not you can see every event in the game, because it's obviously possible. You can do it, but it's not easy. So let's talk about how 3, 4, and 5 differ a little bit. Now, if you've followed me on Twitter a little bit earlier this year, I may have offended you or someone you know and love by I have a reputation for sometimes being a little hard on Persona 3. It's not that I dislike Persona 3, like Persona 3 is a top 25 game for me all time. That's a fucking great game. I love Persona 3. But sometimes when like comparing them, like P3 is a huge fan favorite, and a lot of people are like, oh, that's the best one. Not everyone, like everyone has their favorites. P2 has its favorites, P4 has its audience. This game is going to be super popular and have fans for years. But a lot of, like, at least before this game came out, a lot of like the diehards really love P3.
Should help here. It won't be a problem.
And sometimes when P3 comes up, I'll be like one of the first people to like play devil's advocate and criticize it a little bit. And I'm like, well, yeah, P3 is great at some things, but I think like as a game, it has a lot of flaws in its design. And usually I'm referring to the schedule.
They're about to retaliate.
Yeah, I need to use Messiah Die. So let's talk about what that means, because obviously when it comes to schedules, the biggest thing that gets in your way is the social links or confidants that you fuck. So ignoring the re-releases. So we're not counting P3 Fest, we're not counting Portable, we're not counting Persona 4 Golden, because all of those added at least one link. P3 Fest added the Eon link, so did P4 Golden. P4 Golden also had one other link that it added. Ooh, myriad slashes. To one foe for 2 to 3 times.
Okay.
So no re-releases, and that's important because in all the vanilla versions of the game, there's only 21 Arcana. Like, technically, there's 22 major Arcana because the world is the last one, but the world's always like the end game, you're about to defeat the final boss thing.
Show me your true form.
But when it comes to links, there's always, in the standard games, there's always 21. 0 to 20, full to judgment. And in Persona 3, out of those 21 social links that exist, there is a... Do I have a... Where is he? This will... Good old Lilith. 21 social links in Persona 3. 3 of them are automatic. The full, death, and judgment are automatic, and they don't take any time. Which means that there are 18 social links in the game that will take your time. Now, those 18 social links in Persona 3 are divided between day and nighttime 17 to 1. 17 day, only 1 at night. Now, that might confuse you if you're familiar with P3. You're like, no, there are 2 nighttime ones in Persona 3. There actually weren't. In Persona 3 Fest onwards, and Portable, obviously, the Devil social link with Tanaka, good old shady commodities Tanaka, got changed from being a daytime link to being a nighttime link to, like, even out the schedule a little bit because they added a new link. And they couldn't have, like, they couldn't have 19 during the day, or 18 during the day, or whatever. So he got moved to nighttime. But in the original game, he was during the day.
Surprise attack successful. Now just don't. Ooh, you can hit their weakness. Go down.
Alright, where was I? Okay, so 17 day, 1 at night. And what this basically means is that Persona 3 was designed on, like, the premise that if you were playing super efficiently with your time, it would mean that most of your days, almost every single day in the game, you would try to spend with a social link, and at nighttime you would either A, go to the other world, go to Tartarus, that game's dungeon that you had to explore throughout the entire game, or B, raise one of your social stats. There were only 3 social stats back in those days. Academics, Charm, and Courage. And it sounds fine on paper, like, okay, daytime, social link, nighttime, stats, and Tartarus. Seems easy enough, right? But it isn't really, because it's really easy to max out social stats in Persona 3. So earlier this year, before this game came out, before the English version of this game came out, I played P3 and 4 back-to-back, streaming them, the vanilla versions of each game, and I didn't use guides, I was playing them based on memory. And what happened in P3 was that I managed to max out all the social stats in that game within... Is this door open? Yeah, this is where I need to go. I maxed out all the social stats by the end of the summer vacation in that game, so the end of August. Now, Persona 3 runs from from April to January of the following year. It goes all the way to January 31st. So what that meant was I had also maxed out the 1 nighttime social link before the end of summer. So from September onwards, I had nothing to do at night in that game except go to Tartarus. So September, October, November, December, January. That's 5 months. Which means that my afternoons would end, and I would go back to the dorm in Persona 3 where you live, and I would either A, go to Tartarus, which was only like 5 nights a month because Tartarus is not that hard to explore, or I would go to bed immediately because there was nothing to do, in the vanilla game at least. Like, P3 Fest added like the arcade things where you can like raise some of your Persona stats, which helps if you have nothing to do. But in the vanilla game, there's nothing to do at night if you don't need to explore Tartarus, you don't need to grind, and you don't need to do a social link. And your stats are maxed out, so 5 months, nothing to do at night. Meanwhile, during the days, my social links were like really hurting because I wasn't using a guide, and even with as much knowledge as I have of Persona, always carrying the right arcana, I was doing okay in responses. I was playing them on memory, and I was doing alright. But even so, the end result was I didn't come close to finishing every social link in that game. Not even close. And that's because P3 has like a lot of weird rules, like you have to do them in a certain order to really like optimize the time. It's crazy. It's really, really hard to play that game max without using a guide. Alright, I should hit this thing so I can turn into a mouse. There we go. And that's kind of like where some of my big criticisms of P3 go on, because it's like, okay, it's the first of its kind. It was the first Persona game to have like a social simulation, and the idea of like balancing out a schedule throughout the entire game was really new. Probably wasn't super easy for the Persona team at the time. So I get it. Like, it wasn't perfect, but at the same time, like, it could have been. It's not like it was a technical limitation that they didn't know how to like make a schedule. They just didn't have the experience to do it. But at the same time, like, had someone like play tested it really hard and done the math, it could have been figured out like in development, like, oh, this is like a really slanted schedule and it's really hard to do this in a single playthrough to do max social links in this game because of the way we've divided the daytime and nighttime activities. So yeah, that's kind of where I stand on P3. Like, obviously that's not the entire game. Like, if you really want to get into like dead-on comparisons between the games, people will always like point out like how the dungeons play, and P3 is the only modern game that didn't give you full control of your party members until portable, and a lot of people harp on that. Like that's definitely part of it that's important, but it's not everything. But focusing on the schedules, that's where I stand on P3. So P4 changed things up a little bit.
Let's get it.
Show me your true
P4, for one, P4 got rid of like one social link, not like rid of, but changed how it worked in terms of timing. P4 still has 3 automatic social links, the Fool, Star, and Judgment, but it turned one of the social links into a quest one. It changed the Empress into a quest, which is the same in this game with Caroline and Justine for strength. Need to use Bufu. So in that game, the Empress social link with the Velvet Room Attendant of P4 acts just like the Strength Confidant in this game, where you have to turn in your special personas with certain skills and whatnot.
You've got good moves, but maybe we should check for weaknesses first.
I'm gonna pass this over to Skull. So in that game, only 17 links take in-game time. The other change is that there were more nighttime social links in that game. There were 4. The Justice, Hierophant, Devil, and Tower were nighttime links. So that means there were 13 social links that took place during the day in Persona 4, which means it's a lot easier to complete them. Now granted, P4 isn't technically as long in terms of calendar days. P4 goes right around where this game goes, into around Christmas time. I can't remember what like the exact last day is. It might be like December 26th or something. That was weird. Like, I walked into this room and then disappeared, but whatever. See, this is where I came from, right? Okay.
I have something.
So 13 social links. The game only goes to about Christmas. And the other thing is, obviously, dungeon gameplay took place during the day in P4.
There's a shadow. What do we do?
See it.
But somehow, over like the more subtle things in social links in that game, like I guess like how many points you get and like how often rank ups occur, the result is that P4 it's a lot easier to complete the schedule, and at least blindly in one playthrough. So when I stream Persona 4, I came really close to maxing all of them out blindly. I got all but 2 of them maxed out, and the 2 that I didn't, I got them up to rank 9. So I was right there. And that's why I'm like, well, they learned. They evened it out a little bit more, and they made using your time a bit more efficient in Persona 4. And the result was a more evened out schedule, which I thought was designed better and I really liked. So that brings us to P5. Now, if you've been following along, which I hope, we're like, what, 87 parts in? I think this is part 87. And you've seen this from the very beginning.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe you didn't really like take notice of it in terms of like how our time is spent in the game. But in P5, there are 16 confidants that take in-game time. Whoa, you popped back into existence. I didn't notice you.
Oh crap!
Thank you, Futaba. You're the best. Covering up my incompetence. It's a little weird that her persona like visual effects are still green, even though Prometheus is like super not green. Whatever. That's why I like Necronomicon better. So P5, 16 confidants take in-game time. We have one quest-based one, which is obviously Caroline and Justine. And let's see, so that's 17, which means there are what, 4 or 5 that are automatic. Let's see, the Fool's automatic, Magician is automatic, and Justice and Judgment are automatic. So yeah, 5 that take in-game time, or that are automatic. So overall, there are less links that take time. There's only 16 now versus like 17 or 18 in P3. And those 16 confidants in this game are divided equally between day and night. There are 8 during the day, 8 at night. And obviously they have like a lot of stat gates that's like, you can't start it until you have this stat. So they kind of like get introduced evenly throughout the game. It's really brilliant. Like, this game is so balanced with your time that it's so nuts, and I love it. And that's why like writing a schedule for this game, it was like super easy and enjoyable. And like, how do you think I know these things? Because I wrote that schedule and I realized like, oh my god, this is so good. This is so freaking perfect. I love it. And believe it or not, I've actually written guides for Persona 3 and 4 as well. They just aren't public for anyone. When I say I've written them, I mean I've literally written them by hand. I have journals that I use just for myself to be like, hey, if I ever want to play Persona 3 Fest in the future, Persona 4 Golden, here's like a little notebook I wrote for myself on how to play the game really efficiently. And, well, those are New Game Plus, but whatever. But that's how I kind of like got into this and how I eventually ended up writing a public guide for P5, because I really am fascinated about this part of the game. So when P5 like evened it all out, I was like, oh, this is so good. This is so enjoyable. And the other thing is that it makes a lot of sense for it to be that way, because like Persona 5 being in Tokyo, like this isn't Inaba. This isn't a tiny little rural town that has nothing going on at night. You're in the middle of the largest metropolitan area on the planet. Of course there's going to be plenty to do at night. Of course there are going to be people to see at night. Of course your daytime and nighttime should be about even in terms of value. The only thing that really differentiates day and nighttime in the game is the fact that you can only do palaces and mementos during the day. But other than that, like, they're equal in terms of like value. Because there's the same amount of people you can see during the day and night. You can do certain stat things day or night, like I talked about earlier in the game about how valuable going to the diner is, and the reason why I went there so often, because you get 2 in knowledge, or sometimes 3 in knowledge, and 1 in another stat for, just a small chunk of money. Like, that's a super valuable activity. And the diner's open day or night. You can do it either or. Super great.
Leave the noobs and let's go.
And there are other events like that that are just super helpful in Persona 5, and it's why this game's so efficient. The unfortunate thing about this is that I don't even want to say to new Persona players, because I think it applies to veterans as well. It applied to me at one point, is that going through this game once, you don't learn these things. So, like, again, I'm not going to name names here. I'm not out to call like anybody out that I know or have known personally, but I've seen like people who are Persona fans who've played the other games, know a lot about the series, go through this game once, finish it, not do a second playthrough, and then just like throw out their opinions. Like, Persona 5 is this. And like, it's a little frustrating for me because, like, honestly, I'm biased. I like the game a lot. But like, it's a little frustrating because it's like, you cannot know this game on one playthrough. You just can't. Like, the only reason I feel so strongly about this game is because I've played it like 7 times now, and I really am familiar with the game design. I need Mabufudine. Where'd it go? Here we are. So, like, you would not learn these things in a single playthrough. No way you could learn these things in a single playthrough. speaking honestly, my first playthrough through the Japanese game, which like obviously is not the same as everyone who played through the English game first, because unless you're a Japanese speaker, but whatever. I didn't come close to playing this game very efficiently in Japanese, and when I finished this game, I actually was a little like salty a bit. Like there's some things that are at the end of this game where I was like, oh, really? In terms of like my in-game time, I thought I was gonna get more time. I didn't finish as many confidants as I would like, but that was my own fault. I wasn't playing super efficiently.
I have something.
So I fear like a lot of people who only play this game once have similar experiences, and like a certain thing happens that's going to happen in the not too distant future, and I think they walk away like, oh well, I don't like this game for this reason. So I will say, for example, like we're at the end of the game, we're not going to get like too many more free days, which is a little different than the last numbered game in this series, if you count it. I'm referring to P4 Golden.
Let's go.
So Golden added like a ton of time to Persona 4. It added like an entire season, like almost like 2 months to the game. It was nuts. And I think a lot of fans that played that game were like, oh, well, that's how Persona is going to be from now on. That's how I was. I was like, I can't wait to walk around snowy Tokyo in February. That kind of isn't going to happen, guys. I think that's obvious by the fact that I've like already finished all the confidants and stats and whatnot, that we don't have a lot more to go.
That was easy.
But I can see how like a fan of P4 Golden could come into P5 and be like, oh, I got shortchanged. Like, it was supposed to be the longest game ever, but it's not. Like, oh, these seasons are missing. And it's like, yeah, but they don't need to exist, would be my response. Because, like, obviously we just played this game super efficiently, as efficiently as possible. And you saw me finish all the confidants in the first week of December. And if you're playing a New Game Plus, you can do it even earlier than that. Like, surprise, surprise, right? I should turn this thing off. But I don't know. That's where I think some criticism comes from people that like only played the game once. I am amazed that I got to this hiding spot.
I'll reveal your true form.
Totally tricky, bro.
Now's our chance.
Hopefully this stuff is like interesting to you, because this is the stuff that I think about when I think about Persona. Persona is such like a big series, and I'm a bit of a rude person, to be honest. Like, I've said some rude things about like some Persona fans, like not specific people, but like, yeah, that was not worded right. Not some Persona, but like fans in general. And that I don't mean to be rude as much as I am like blunt. What I mean is, I've used the term, and like again, I apologize if you feel this applies to you.
Leave the noobs and let's go.
But I've said this, and I actually stick by it. I just don't mean to be rude by it. It's that I've said that the Persona fan base is not very game savvy, and what I mean by that is the Persona attracts people that are like fans of all sorts of media. So because it's like so hyper Japanese and stylized, and it has a lot of similarities to anime and manga, you get a lot of fans that are fans of anime and manga and visual novels, and maybe not necessarily into a wide variety of games or a wide variety outside of RPGs. So I think a lot of the fan base ends up like valuing and focusing on some superficial things in the games. So like when comparing everyone's favorite Personas, a lot of it comes down to like story and characters. So a lot of people really love Persona 3. I won't spoil P3 if you've never played that, you've never finished it, but P3 has a really, really good story. At least according to most people it does. Not that I disagree, I think it's a great story too. I would say Persona 3 might have my favorite ending of not just any Persona game, but maybe of any game ever. I really do love it. It's right up there with the best of the best.
Yes.
Alright, let's keep going. I need to go turn back on the Switch. But these are the things that people really value, like in the fan base, that they value the most in Persona. And that's okay, it's just that it's hard for someone like me to have like in-depth conversations about like these sorts of things, the things that I talked about in this video when it comes to Persona. Like, it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, but the schedule design and how you spend your time in Persona 3 isn't as good as P4, and they're like, but what though? But my feelings though. But I love Aegis so much, and it's like, but there are other things to the games, and then it kind of falls on deaf ears sometimes, and it gets a little frustrating for me. That's kind of my experience. So, like, if you've seen me criticize P3 before, it's not because I hate P3 or anything, but it's more so that P3 is the kind of game that was very, I don't know what the word to use for it is. I don't want to say like deep or anything, but it was a very emotional game. It was a kind of game that was designed to really like play on the player's emotions, and there are a lot of big moments in that game and likable characters, and the ending is like super sappy, and it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. And the fucking credit song of Persona 3 is like my favorite song ever made, and I cry when I hear it live, and I probably cried when they played it at the recent concert. I don't know, I haven't seen the concert yet, but I bet I did, because I'm a big, big baby. And I love that song. So, sometimes when you get like critical of P3, people get upset, because like, my feelings though, my feels, and you're like, but there's more to games than your feels though. And they don't like it.
I have something.
What's that, Joker?
But I can't like value everything in a Persona game based on like story or characters. Like, if you put a gun to my head and were like, pick your favorite Persona party, I'd probably pick the investigation team from P4 over the Phantom Thieves. I really love the investigation team. I'm not afraid to admit it. Sue me. I love those kids. They mean a lot to me. But there's more to games than just story and characters. That's why I think Persona 5 is the best game overall, as a wholesale thing.
This looks usable. Let's take a break, Joker.
Also, Persona 2 is like that. Like, if you aren't familiar with P2, like, holy shit, P2's character's great. It's why a lot of people still feel that it is the best game. Not to say that they're wrong, but obviously if you're getting into P2 and you haven't played it before,
I'm getting ready.
there's going to be a big quality of life difference with that game. Is this going to happen now, or is it... Okay, it's going to happen now. Got it. I knew this guy was going to show up, but I couldn't remember when.
Hey, this doesn't look good.
We didn't cause any more trouble, did we? We did beat one person. Here they come. Oh my god, it's more Baphomets. How will I ever defeat them?
Persona! Melchizedek!
I hope I kill all three of them again. What a fight. What a challenge. Well, that's been settled. We caused no trouble whatsoever, yet we're met with the same end result. And on top of all that, he up and disappeared again.
Hey,
We should ignore him if our actions have no actual impact on the results. For now, let's focus on searching for the IT company president. I hope there are clues somewhere. I'm gonna save again, so I don't have to do that. I think we got like another mouse puzzle to do.
perfect for chilling and killing some time, huh?
Alright, everyone's already at max. Let me look at my stats, actually. I cannot remember if I've gained any levels since I last went to the Velvet Room. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Let's pop back there anyway. See how Caroline and Justine are doing. Still gotta finish their Confidant. Don't worry, I won't forget to do it.
Do you need something?
And actually, if I did finish it, it would like help me in terms of like being better. Their last Confidant skill's kind of super useful, but a little busted. I don't know.
You'd like to read the compendium? Read here.
It's how their last skill can kind of make grinding unnecessary going forward.
Let us begin the search.
Alright, sort by level. What can I get for 63? Ooh, I could get Fornius. That's all I could get. At least at 63 anyway.
I see. A strong persona. select the skills you'd like to inherit.
Hold on, let's look at Cerberus. Let's see what he had. Ooh, I want to keep Megaton Raid. Probably Amrita Shower as well.
Choose the inherited skills, inmate.
It will receive my.
Nice. I'm Fornius. Now that I am your mask, the world's... that was way off. The hidden areas shall be yours. How did I read the world? What the fuck is wrong with me? Am I high? I am super hyped up on sugar right now, though. So I've been so talkative in this one. I was like, uh-oh, time to share some bad opinions. Better drink a lot of caffeine. I hope they're not bad opinions. Someone will think they're bad opinions. Oh, I don't care. Messiadine. Get the fuck out of here, Marin Karin. You're better than you were in P3, but I still don't like you. Oh, evade size useless on him, so it's a fuse out skill. And, like, I don't care. Not like I'm gonna make a persona in the future that's like, oh, it's make or break if I don't have evade psi. Like, who gives a damn? He's so close. Oh, I'm so close. I'm like 10 levels away, though. I can replicate how the original P5 streams ended. Quetzalcoatl is now available for fusion, but I'd have to get rid of good personas for him. Boo. I'm sure I'll get another chance later. I'm close to Thor as well.
Excessive power only leads to destruction.
Man, I went right over Cert. Man.
Not terrible, but not impressive.
I believe if you max Cert out, he gets like the best fire skill in the world.
Choose the inherited skills in
But it's probably not worth it. Hold on. Let's see what I have available to me. Oh, maybe he is worth fusing. I mean, he's gonna go up to about 64 with my fusion bonus anyway. So yeah, this might be super worth it. But I should keep Mahamon and Hama boost. Guess what, Cert? You're really good at bless skills for some reason. Don't worry about it.
It will receive my.
How close are you going to get to your best skill, Cert? If you got it, that'd be incredible. I am Cert. Through my mask you shall burn the power of my world-consuming flames into your eyes. Cert's a good boy.
Okay.
Love me some Cert. Ah, I'm one off from Inferno. There it is. Damn it. And he's like 6,000 experience away from that. Hold on, let's take one more look through our options here. Alright, I'm good for now.
Done already?
I want to equip Cert. I want Inferno.
Slacking off.
That way you can fuse it into other things later. It's super good. Or you can just use it on Cert. I mean, you combine that with like Concentrate and frickin' super strong. I'm still not used to the new naming conventions in this game. Like last game, oh, I forgot I had Emperor's Amulet on me. In the last game, like Concentrate and all that stuff was like called Mind Charge, and it was super easy to remember. And then they changed it in this one, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're different variants. I can't remember. Side deck. Yo, this is my side deck.
We've arrived. So what do we do now?
We save, Panther.
Write something.
We save at 100 hours, 36 minutes. We're on the final stretch at the Shido Palace. There's not a lot more to explore. We obviously have 2 letters of introduction to get to, the IT president and then the cleaner, who we've already encountered, what, twice now? So we'll find them, we'll get those letters of introduction. Let's see what else will happen in the next one. I imagine the next one will start off by me probably talking about the stuff that got announced at the Persona concert. Assuming it does, like, you guys already know, but I would assume at this point that stuff's gonna happen. But if not, then we can talk about how nothing happened and how all the rumors were wrong. Or were super right, who knows. So there's that. There's the obvious boss fight that's gonna happen in the future. But that's none of my business. Delicious soda. So I will see you in the next one. You guys have a good one.